Kamu suka ngemil tapi takut bakal naik berat badan? Tenang, ada Flimbar. Snack bar sehat yang cuma 9
buat ngalahin PH. Bisa. Kan turnamen MS ini kan belum kelar, bro. Belum kelar. Ya belum mulai. Bisa aja dulu. Wah, kegeser. Itu sial banget sih archeternya. Ih, Veldora mau coba cover padahal. Dibalikin. Waduh, itu macan di depan. Waduh, Ivan ketinggalan Ivan. Terbang.
Mencari triple. Coba kejar Zanami.
Aduh.
Gagal mendapatkan triple kill.
Emang SRG OG sih terlalu GG guys, kayak di Malai guys. 2-0 guys. Mana guys, 2-0 guys. Berarti sekarang apa guys, waktunya apa guys? Waktunya kita berdebat adik-adik. Let's go. Nah ini guys, kemarin nih buat yang bingung ya. Sebenarnya jadi perdebatan ini perdebatan MCGG guys. Jadi mungkin buat kalian yang bingung atau mungkin kalian gak main MC sebenarnya nggak apa-apa. Cuma gue penasaran aja guys. Ini tuh sebenarnya menurut kalian bug atau bukan gitu loh. Jangan mau guys, jangan mau. Udah mulai datang nih si sempak tadi nih. Aduh gimana kalau gitu, sawitnya gue tutup kali guys ya. Notifnya apa nih? TLPH menang fix ini tim memang spesialis penghancur karir yang baru menang M Series. AP Brand kemarin juara M5 aja langsung dihantam di final season 13. Ya begitulah bro. Ada tim-tim khusus kayak gitu ya. Ingat guys, practice mode. Enggak, gua tuh kemarin bug ini guys, bug fiber namanya ya, bug fiber. Bug fibernya tuh gimana? Jadi gini. Kita 1000 gold dulu ya. Oke. Semisal ya. Kita ambil hero apa dulu nih? Vexana deh. Coba ya Vexana ya. Mana sih Vexana? Vexana. Kenapa kebiasaan -1 buat jadi bintang 2 gue dibawa sampai ke custom, brother. Nonton. Nah, ini ada blessing guys. Ya kan? Jadi, seperti yang kita tahu guys. Kalau kita membawa hero Faburn. Salah. Ketika kita membawa hero Faburn. Kan hero Faburn ini nge-cover hero yang ada blessingnya. Nah, 2 Faburn itu memberikan 30% extra damage dan mengurangi 10% damage yang diterima. Kalau misalkan kita taruh 3 Faburn, kan blessingnya kanan kiri. Bener nggak? Ya kan? Tapi itu terjadi kalau misalkan hero-nya seperti Vexana guys. Tapi kalau hero-nya seperti Gwyn blessing nih. Gwyn blessing kan? Fibernya nggak aktif dong. Masuk nih. Esme 2/3 benar. Kalau masuk Angela apa yang terjadi? Betul, udah pasti 3/4 kan. Tuh. 4/3, sorry 4/3. Tapi ketika ininya aktif dan Angelanya dicabut guys, kan itu emang 3/3 kan. Nah dia nyangkut di sini guys. Gitu. Kemarin tuh sempat ada perdebatan juga. Ini tuh bug atau bukan, katanya gitu, brother. Logikanya, karena tadi kan ini kalau dimasukin tuh kan cuma bruiser doang nih. Tapi karena fibernya 3 di sini jadi 4 karena emang dia mengaktifkan 2 fibernya. Nah, pasti tarik, nyangkut. Itu guys. Tahu ya nyangkutnya ini sih. Itu harusnya bug guys kalau nyangkut guys. Makanya banyak orang yang bilang semenjak itu kayak hero Fireborn kalau gitu nggak worth it dong buat di blessingin. Nah gitu guys. Ada yang bilang bukan bug, ada yang bilang bug.
Halo Udin siapa ini?
Bug dong Sat. Sebenarnya teknologi ya guys. Jadi seolah-olah lu tetap bisa main bruisernya gitu loh. Oh. Lu maksimalin bruisernya kayak gini. Tuh. Anggap kalian kayak gini guys. Anggap kalian kayak gini nih. Aduh, gua harus kayak gini line up-nya. Aduh, gimana ya biar Fairborn gua lebih mantap. Ya udah masukin ini terus cabut ini. Terus standing. No, Fairborn 3 tetap nyangkut. OP dong. Aduh. Ya gitulah guys, perdebatan yang menarik lah ya. Ini developernya doang yang bisa jawab sebenarnya ini. Coba kalau blessing awalnya Fairburn. Kalau ya blessing awalnya Fairburn mah ya langsung ketahuan dong bang kalau gitu. Kalau blessing awalnya Fairburn ya tinggal masang Esmeralda udah langsung nyala dong kalau kayak gitu. Nih. Tuh Fairburn kan. Kalau Fairburn wajar. Kalau blessingnya awalnya Fairburn pasang 2 udah langsung jadi gitu. Ngerti nggak? Ini baru fitur guys, ya nggak sih? Ini baru fitur. Karena apa? Karena modal 2 hero Fairburn nyala, nggak perlu segini gitu. Jadi bugnya tuh cuma terjadi kayaknya kalau ke bruiser guys, nggak tahu ya. Menurut gua kalau emang blessingnya di Fireborn itu fitur baru karena cuma butuh 2 hero Fireborn doang, ya kan? Nah ini baru bener nih, nggak nyangkut no. Tuh, silakan kalian yang lapor ke Munton, udah. Kenapa di gua nggak ada praktis? Nggak tahu. Gua jujur nggak tahu guys. Itu namanya mekanik. MCGG mekaniknya cuma main Amon bang. Mekaniknya main Amon buat ngumpulin hero-hero harga bintang 2. Bukan bug lah emang 3 Fireburn. Apa bedanya? Beda di blessingnya guys. Ini apalagi nih Cornet nih. Jadi prosesor aja Intel gua, Intel. Prosesor Intel 13 gua. FinCup lagi tanding guys. Kenapa kita nggak nonton FinCup aja guys? Nonton turnamen. Biar kalian jadi GG Gaming. Nah, buat kalian yang kepo sama live member Ican, join member makanya guys. If it works, it's feature back, keep it down. Ya orang-orang nih ya. Kalau nemu something kayak bug gini pada seneng Jo orang-orang.
Oke, kita sini Your B di sini melawan Pets dengan menggunakan mati one-one-nya ya guys ya. Yo.
Coba Fairborn yang lain sama aja. Set Esmeralda B3 tuh. Hah? Set Esmepai ini.
Apakah masih bisa selamat?
Wah, Esmepai guys real.
Gak bisa SP itu strong. Your B harus masih posisi kelima di sini.
Oh, ini hashtag 6 game 1. Lah ini game berapa? Ini game 1.
Gak tahu dia live gak?
Oh, ini game 2 coy.
Main TikTok dia.
Bener nih. Oh enggak game. Oh, enggak. Game 1 apa game 2 nih guys? Ini game 1. Oh ini game 1. Wah Owen bonyok tuh Owen tuh.
Tapi dia dikit lagi bintang 3 ini guys.
Oh ini game 1 bracket B. Oh.
Aduh sayang sekali.
Wah Hayabusa B3 tuh.
Ya Emberlot cuma 1 biji lagi. Ngapain cok? Gak guna.
Itu kayak hal yang sama aja gak sih B? Ya tapi menurut gua kayak visual nyangkutnya itu loh. Ngerti gak sih guys? Kan Angelanya dicabut. Harusnya blessingnya off juga dong. Yang kali 2 Fireborn-nya. Tapi Fireborn-nya tetap nyangkut gitu loh. Ya udah itu fitur ya. Ya itu terserah kalian mau lapor Muntun ya serah. Kalau gue sih udah nanya-nanya ke Muntun. Gimana itu?
EVOS gabung efeknya supaya tenang malah dapat aib. Ya gimana? Aibnya EVOS efeknya lebih aib hidupmu mas. Gak ada gunanya untuk sosiality. Cuman bacot di live chat. Gak membership, gak pernah nyawer. Bacot lagi guys. Lebih aib hidupmu sih kalau
Dia marah-marah komen apa Jok?
Aku gak tahu ya guys ya.
Komen apa dia?
Ya, orang kayak kamu tuh ngomongin orang aib ya.
EVOS gabung FXL supaya tenar malah dapat aib bos.
Oke tadi dari S guys ya udah bintang 3 ya.
Dia malah marah-marah. Bud. Astagfirullah, istighfar Bud.
6 Zotman.
Tenang, sabar, lebih tenang. Dan cara MCGG gimana? Mainkan aja MCGG bang, enjoyin aja, belajar bisa pelan-pelan kok, ya nggak sih?
Kalau sakit guys ya Zotman guys. Hayabusa lihat belum berkurang darah itu. Malah mati. Ya.
Kerokil.
Tapi
Wah
dengan
Hayabusa sih
Exorcist
nyebelin guys.
comeback di sini guys.
Hayabusa, Exorcist ini nih kayak buying time banget dia, buying time banget. Ketrigger sama viewer ya, ketrigger lah guys. Ya kan bisa dibilang building community MC kan bukan sebentar guys. Terus pas dia collab sama Evos tuh menurut gue keberhasilan yang besar gitu loh buat komunitas MC. Kenapa gue nggak ada mode praktis? Jujur, gue kagak tahu. Gue kenapa akunnya tiba-tiba ada practice mode? Gue kagak tahu, bener. Ampun nih, tangan gue di atas nih 2 nih. Gue beneran nggak tahu bro, ampun. Jadi tanya ke Munton ya. Karena gue nggak tahu practice mode juga guys, gue nggak tahu practice mode. Ini kenapa Tini yang ngikutin gue jadinya? Gara-gara gue angkat tangan ya?
Iya,
cakep.
maksudnya WM. Aku kan mancing-mancing supaya kalian ngechat. Mancing-mancing biasa, mancing-mancing. Wah, dia bisa 10 ember cok ini cok sebenarnya. Tapi hero-nya belum ada, guys.
Sengaja itu biar KB gawe.
Wah, tahan gak nih? Oh, tahan nih. Lawannya tahan sih, guys.
Khusus MCGG di kreator. Guys, ini guys yang ada MCGG di kreator dia, cok sama Paris. Gua aduh guys, ente guys. Pakai RTX berapa? 3080 Ti kreatif.
Oke, kita hasil dari 2.
Set SM3 kuat amat itu. Oh enggak sekuat itu ternyata.
Ya, udah gak kuat dia, guys ya, karena main downless.
Wih, link 3 Haya 3. Haya WM.
Coba tanya Rasi.
Wow.
Pantau dwarf, oke kita pantau. Oh bintang 2 ini.
Zaman dulu aja tuh ada praktis ya MC kan dulu ada praktis guys.
Blessingnya dia di mana nih blessingnya? Aduh blessingnya kanan tapi cowok. Dia harus pindah blessing guys. Oh masih ada guys.
CPU pakai Intel apa AMD?
Kayak punya Immortal.
AMD guys, AMD Ryzen.
Tapi kayak dia tetap kesini deh.
AMD Ryzen 7 5000. Aduh lupa gue lagi.
Martis sama Suyo ini guys.
Nih. AMD Ryzen 7 5800 X3D 8 core prosesor. Nah itu. Kenapa gua nggak Intel? Direkomendasin namanya Michinman guys. Kalian kalau nanya-nanya komputer tuh bisa ke @michinman. Cari aja di Instagram guys. Namanya Michinman. Wah Iritel B3 tuh. Udah kayak gua tuh kena scam Iritel B3 guys.
Tapi kalau di posisinya
Draft, emang udah draft. Jelasin global band dan kasih contohnya. Ya intinya kalau udah dimainin game 1 udah nggak bisa dimainin lagi guys game selanjutnya. Dari tim tersebut ya. Tapi kalau tim lawannya masih bisa. Makan tuh draft.
Ini bisa dibuang, ini 1 2. Terus dia pindah
AMD 75K ya. Itu itulah gambaran PC gue guys. Udah high end.
Oh ya udah benar, 1
Udah mentok gimana? Kalau mau ditambahin lagi nih guys. Kalau gue mau upgrade misalkan, bang, kenapa lu nggak 4090 Ti sih? Kan itu keren. Ya balik lagi fungsi aja gak sih guys? Beli komputer buat fungsi, bukan buat gedein gengsi kayak harus RTX paling baru gitu kan? Enggak guys.
In terms of how they're gonna play in their ranked games. I feel like doing a watch party with Ben Things is very informative and very fun at the same time, and it's just
Gelo 4 juta total donasinya. Thank you ya orang-orang baik ya. Semoga dengan angka ini buat orang-orang yang membutuhkan bisa tersenyum ya oleh kalian ya. Sehat selalu teman-teman. Makasih orang baik. Mas bilang temen gua kalau main Arlot jangan mati 17 kali. Ajik 17 kali. Lu buset 17.
It all comes down to this. Will it be a back-to-back for the defending champions? Or will it be TLPH crawling from the lower bracket to regain their top spot? We're gonna call out the best and most handsome analyst in the entire universe, Redmar.
Wolf? Oh.
No.
Hey, what up, guys?
That was a not that long intro, but it was a
factual.
one.
It was a factual one. So Redmar, are you still there?
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I'm just
Traffic,
blushing over
traffic.
the gushing that you're doing. Low Yi right away for Sanji.
Ho, ho, ho.
I wouldn't be surprised if Super Prince ends up with the Selena later on.
Oh my goodness, that's such a high possibility right now, considering that they just came from a Selena
What early on? What later on? They want to pick it now. Selena for Super Prince in the mid lane and Harith.
Look at his face. Look at how they were just shaking hands right after they picked that Selena.
You know, at this point, I feel like all the players are involved in this draft. Everyone's saying, I want to use this hero, and I'm going to dominate with this hero.
Yeah, I'm a bit iffy about, like, the Baksha is there, but considering that there's a Selena again, there'll just be so many ways to stop him in his tracks.
Nabusa right out of the gate.
Okay.
And the JP. Team Liquid Philippines are pulling out all the stops. When they won the championship in MPL Philippines Season 13, it was the height of Chip. And in this Game 7 for Immortality, they bring out the Chip yet again. This time paired up with a Low Yi. Ling for King Kong. Assassin versus Assassin. The best picks on the board, but what will OHEB end up with? As ONIC will most likely take the Granger out.
Granger out.
Does that mean the Filipino sniper will end up with the Beatrix?
Oh! Callbacks after callbacks. Nice you kept mentioning Throwback Thursday. Everything's throwing it back right now.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
ONIC, who are they going to respect this time still? No XP laners and gold laners. Will it be the Granger, the Moscow bans for South Eartha, or the Beatrix on the Filipino sniper?
Yeah, it can be. For Team Liquid Philippines, though, the XP laners might be huge X factors as well in terms of their bans for the next few, or in terms of their last two bans. They take out the Cho instead, however, but fortunately for them, at least, they don't need to worry about the AoE mages. The Selena's already revealed to us by ONIC Philippines, so it's mostly just really on the XP laners and the roamers that they'll have to worry about in terms of landing those diversions and shortcuts.
You guys mentioned that Glue for sure will be present almost 100% in this game, but we see it now.
Granger's Phobius is out, excuse me, I'm very excited about that Granger. The Badang could be a very good option for ONIC and needs to be respected by Liquid. One of the best, too much magic damage already, they need a little bit more if they want concurrent ones. Edith is still actually in play for ONIC. We haven't seen it all series for long, and it's been a rare pick this entire playoffs, but it could show up. With a Cho out, mobility, Matilda gone as well. Baksha's gone, Khalid might be in play for ONIC. Khalid Batang.
Khalid Badam, Charizla. There's a Katot too. If they want to consider the AOG.
Yeah.
Just jumping in whenever in Team Liquid Philippines. Whenever Team Liquid Philippines actually tries to go for a setup.
Hilda.
Oh, but they pick up the Hilda. They might want to replicate how they denied Carl Tizzy so much in the previous game.
Just all I ask for is we get a Beatrix on OHEB.
If we're not seeing the Lancelot on Carl Tizzy this series, then at least the Beatrix.
Give us that.
Beatrix for OHEB.
Beatrix, Terizla.
Yeah. Yeah, Terizla.
You need something tanky. Beatrix Glue, I think, maybe. But that could be another Glue game for Sanford. How's he gonna feel about that? And it's so mobile. Maybe throw it back at Benedetta even? Nah, still the Granger.
Still the Granger Glue. Okay.
Sticking to what has worked in the meta for Liquid. Playing around Sanji's Low Yi.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Sanford has not played MLBB this series. He's played glue.
I don't know how it feels to play all glue. I mean, Hans probably knows. But like, it's not that much of the action XP laners we've been seeing from Sanford. Now it's the Gatot Kacha indeed that they pick up to wrap up this draft. Woo! Oh my goodness.
Before we analyze, I just want to say, Brigida, Ingan, thank you for an amazing season. You have done amazing this Grand Finals panel. I am so proud of you two. Let's witness history together.
I'm so proud of you two, WeBear Bros, our mentors. Guys, the drafts are set for Game 7. In the 7 long years, we have witnessed legends, titans come out on top. But this game will determine who will be immortalized and raise the Immortal Cup. It's a battle between S13, S14 champions. Battle between M4, M6 champions. Battle between the Golden Goat and the Young Goat. This is the Grand Finals. Game 7 underway.
To Mobile Legends.
You got it all riding on, and once again, it's us, the WeBear Bros, to bring you Game 7, the last one of S15. Who will raise that Immortal Cup?
Pop quiz, this is our first collective best of 7 that we share as a desk.
Pagi-pagi udah kena lele tuh kayaknya tuh. It's ONIC time.
Napakainit ng Champions Arena
Raw.
ngayon, pero mainit din ang suntukan sa Land of Dawn. You have Super Prince on the Selena.
Guys, ini jaket gue udah menjelaskan banget loh guys. Gue pakai jaket apa nih? Lihat nih, tuh. Wah. Ya nggak sih? Udah jelas. Pakai jaket apa?
Matindi, no? Palitan kung palitan lang. At saka, nasabi na to ni Umi kanina, nilabas na lahat ng mga comfort heroes.
Oo.
So wala na, no regrets talaga.
Oo.
No regrets.
Ito yung ano, yung pag natalo ka, kapag nanalo
Voting.
ka,
Oy, bola nih.
sasabihin lang ng coach sa'yo, nice try, binigay mo yung best mo.
Yeah.
Diba? Kahit kanina, nabanggit nga natin, more on straightforward na yung approach nila. Now or never na talaga. Balik tayo sa pinakahuling laban na magseselyo. Una mag-aangat ng Immortal Cup.
Oo, kumbaga, isa na lang. Isang game na lang. Maraming objectives na nakaharang sa kanila. Pero ang
Lalanya kena. Serosot. Tempest of Blade. King Kong nggak mau masuk kan King Kong? Oh enggak. Ngetes doang. Kenapa Baxia di pick EXP apa alasannya? Kalau Baxia di EXP biar geraknya cepet. Biar connect-nya cepet teman-teman. Karena Baxia XP dari XP ke Gold 10 itu cepet dia. Commander untuk main Audeterio. Erdisio. Erdisio main Nana enak. Jaketnya tapi TLID. Jangan dibaca gitu dong gerakannya bro. Ini beli di Bandung nih bro, tapi PO. Carl TZ. Wih kena lele. Carl TZ, Shadow Kill. Sempat Shadow Kill. Link. Dapat kill juga King Kong. Tempest of Blade defensif. Cabut pakai Deviant Sword. Dikejar JB. Gak nyampe. Pertanyaan Baxia ke 73.000. Iya benar. Pertanyaan Baxia ke 73.000 ya. Tetap harus dijawab bro. Karena mungkin dia baru join. Ada yang tahu kan? Bentar, Ohep sekarat. Oh. Portal.
Pero si Kelra kabilang banda. Ito, sabi niya, ako bahala na ako sa buhay ko, may disiplina, may diskarte din ako.
Mature si Kelra. Nakita natin yan nung M6 tower lock lang.
Ohep udah kehilangan
So far.
This has been, sometimes I wish we had another camera where we could just watch the gold lane. Because these two, when they're playing, they're always going at it. They're always trading. And there's always a moment where, one of them goes down or not. But ultimately, they've tested the limits between each other in that gold lane, and that's what we love to see.
Difficult thing also playing up against a Gatot Kacha as a chip lineup is that the taunt of the Gatot work similarly to how we saw the Kufra gave headaches to JP earlier. The Tyrant's Rage, Revenge, the bouncing balls even. So, as always now, JP really needs to be on point. King Kong in the mid, sees Sanji. Items no clear advantages just yet, still very close in the gold.
Okay, bringing it down to it again. Kind of a little bit of a breather here after everything we've seen. And we got to remember throughout the series how it's been. Relatively longer games, aside, you know, each team getting their own kind of dominating game throughout this. And both these lineups can actually provide the potential to scale up really quickly, get momentum. But the thing is, as good as ONIC Philippines has been doing, kind of managing this early portion of the game, the amount of utility throughout the entire game, the mid and late especially, that the lineup that TLPH has, could actually be troublesome for ONIC Philippines. So I want to see how they're going to go ahead and play against that. I mean, we're talking about a Chip and a Louis Yi.
But at 5 minutes, Joseph, you got to wonder, maybe too much is too much, right? What do you do with the fact that you can fold the map and then do it again? Really, there's not much output from Oheb yet or Carl Teasy. They do spot Kirk, force him out of that brush, and then they just do it again. They jockey for position, turtle spawning at about 5.
Center of the map, Sanji blown up. Super Prince took a lot of damage as well, though. Gold lane, that's relatively undisturbed. If Liquid lose this big time, it will be massive, considering they're up against a Harith. So this might be the play. Send Chip with the Granger. So if Liquid lose this, they can easily shortcut down to the bottom lane.
Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, you're playing around the Chip right now. They're going to put pressure here on the bottom side. Kelra knows it. But Conceal's going to be used from JP. Are they going to go?
Flickers in with the shortcut. The Summon Force drop. Kelra goes in, dashes through, gets taken out by Sanji. And they split out. The diversion to the exit. A feint. King Kong and Super Prince unbothered. Oheb pushes. The turtle here started up by ONIC. JP can spot him. But how do they get back in?
Liquid looks very good for them. All the ONIC, though, in full control still. Carl Teasy cannot get close enough.
Could be 100% turtles here for ONIC. That seems to be the case, as it's only Sanford looking for a grab. Dashing through and around the remaining members of the Super Fam. Grabs one, the AOG, the answer by Brusco. Sanford, let's go. Kirk very low. Zaman forced by Kelra. Tempest ablaze at the back line. King Kong.
Going in. Arrow. The arrow's going to land on Oheb, and Oheb have to flicker out. The fight's still going to be able to break out, and Carl Teasy looking for the damage here.
Mr. 2K finds the Filipino Savage.
Oheb.
Down goes Brusco. Kirk as well. Double kill for Kiel 1.
Oheb and Carl Teasy coming up big time. The Monster Mage almost dashed the hopes of Liquid there. But Liquid held on. The man who they'll name awards after one day is hell-bent on adding immortality to his own.
Damn straight. There's already a world champion named after him.
Oh man, it's just in a matter of that exchange, you get a nice lead for TLPH. They can now build on this. Yes, they lost the turtles, the objectives at first, but that shows that their fighting prowess is playing around that utility, is playing around punishing ONIC Philippines if they're not able to take care of who they need to. And right now, a lot of the times, that's Kelra. He's got to be able to stay alive and farm up on this Harith.
And slowly but surely, I think I see the mad genius behind Coach RC's draft, behind Liquid's plans here. They want to rope a dope, not just in team fights, but across the map.
Takes 10 damn hours to fly to Riyadh from the Philippines. If you can shorten travel time within the Land of Dawn in the best of 7 grand finals, you take that. They're already thinking about the flight. We want to rotate the map, we do it quicker.
They've been there too.
If only we had portals in real life, you know?
I wish.
And shortcuts that we could just drop down.
We'd still end up in the economy version though.
Hey, I'll take that over just actually traveling. But going back to the game right now, it's still nothing too devastating for ONIC Philippines. It's a 2,000 gold deficit. The Lord is coming up. They have somewhat control. I mean, at least they got the one turret down on the top side. Blitz. But it's TLPH just blitzing the Lord here. It's holding at half health.
Oh, they're only opens if King Kong dashes in, looking for that angle. Carl Teasy with the retribution. Down goes Brusco. It's looking ugly for ONIC. They know that that's the truth of the situation. They back off.
King Kong was blocked by JP. The overtime and the crash course by the chip stopped him from being in retribution range. Remember the fact hanging over ONIC heads, JP has never lost to ONIC Philippines in the grand finals of MPL-PH.
To add to that, karl'tez, Liquid as a whole is leading in Lord takes, Lord control through the roof. And now they're gonna steal away King Kong's purple.
They're taking everything here. Just in a way I thought wasn't too bad of a situation for ONIC Philippines based off everything that Lord and everything they're taking in the jungle. ONIC Philippines is going to find themselves with their backs against the wall at this point, under the 10-minute mark already. And we've seen this earlier in the series. They're going to have to go ahead and buckle in and get ready to just buy time here. This Lord is making its way. They're going to have to deal with it. King Kong took some of that damage. The shield's going to pop and clear out the Lord here, but they're going to lose some of the tier 2 turrets.
Karl actually forced the Tempest of Blades out. Oh, entry by Brusco!
Through an arrow.
Brusco.
Brusco. A grab from Sanford. Goes off of cooldown in just a wee bit. Another holy defense pop.
Costly play by Team Liquid. This means that they have a chance of actually starting to break inhibitor turrets. The window is starting to close. Of the game as the cavalry is inching ever closer to climbing Olympus and reclaiming what was once theirs.
TLPH.
Okay, Team Liquid.
ONIC Philippines' base just eyes them out just outside of the walls. They've got not much else to take except maybe that shield up top. But they might just have to reset. Again, TLPH knowing they have to take the discipline route. As stampede as they can be, they still have to respect what ONIC Philippines can do. But look at the disparity in the items here.
Okay, only up to a Thunderbelt Dreadnought armor for that Gauntlet Kacha. Not a lot of magic defense items for ONIC, and that's a problem because the low Yi is one of the main damage sources that Team Liquid has. Same goes for the little bit of magic damage dealt by a chip. They have some Radiant armors to answer that. But King Kong, will he get his purple buff?
Got it.
Secured.
Threaded the needle. That was very difficult. The rest of ONIC was just ready to collapse it if ever something went wrong.
That's 24 seconds gone for the Retribution, though. Team Liquid should know the time, but I think it will be back. Yes. By the time the objectives are up. Lord, okay, Berserker's Fury. Haskell's Endless Battle for the Ling. 3 core items also for karl'tez's Hayabusa. King Kong spotted out, but not in trouble.
Hate to say it, there's 2,000 gold between OHEB and Kelrite.
It was that play in the early game, man. Yeah. It put Kelra behind.
It's a mid-game snowball.
Yeah.
OHEB is so damn rich.
He's got so much money right now. Lord is up. karl'tez will go ahead and start this up. ONIC Philippines, they might have to pull something out of the bag here to make this work. An arrow's going to land, but you don't follow it up just yet. Now under half health. They still calculate this out here.
40, protected starboard. They jump in on it. Kirk bites it. Lord at about half health. An arrow misses its mark. Sanford clearing the fence brush, clearing the wire brush. Call it quits. They don't want none of this.
Yeah, nothing they can do about that. Even with Kirk down, TLPH, a massive lead ahead. They'll get prepped and ready to march towards the base and possibly end it here against ONIC Philippines.
The Granger low Yi burst, way too much. The wave clear for ONIC, difficult to pull off. 7,000 in the gold. King Kong steals a buff away from karl'tez. No purple for the Hayabusa, but they have the Lords, they have the minions, and they have the lead. Will they have immortality at the end of this siege?
It's a big push for them. Full force for ONIC Philippines. The arrow is going to be thrown out. There's a conceal, though, coming in for the base here.
JP setting it up. Look at the angle. By Brusco charging up that taunt right in the middle. Smackdown.
Oh!
King Kong finds him. Tempest ablaze up into the skies. The diversion. The exit. Down goes Sanji. Liquid forced to back off. That was not how they saw it coming. King Kong gets shadow kill on him. Instead it's on Prince. He flickers out another AOG. They want to take out Brusco. Not enough firepower between the remaining members of Liquid.
They stay calm, they stay collected, and ONIC Philippines will stay in the game.
Brusco had an MVP performance earlier, and he just pulled off an MVP save. He got OHEB in the taunt. We talked about the unbreakable. Perfect target by the Bruiser and a perfect follow-up by King Kong. Liquid, though, are still definitely in the lead and in the game, but ONIC are beginning to see the light of hope beyond the clouds.
Half a second of that crunch, half a second of the diversion could have saved Sanji, could have saved Liquid from much more pain, but this does shrink their gold lead and cutting it in half.
Holy Crystal built already for Kelra. Roam boots blessings all around for both ONIC and Liquid, so that their lowest gold earner can catch up in the EXP and the gold. Right now, it's both roamers for both sides.
ONIC Philippines bought themselves the time that they needed, but the question is, was it enough, or do they still need more? The fight for the purple buff for now, and TLPH on this side of the jungle, they know they still have a lead. They gotta calculate this though too. Carl Teasy will go ahead and get in there. King Kong wants the purple buff to set things up for the next objective, but he'll get it. King Kong's fine.
No dice. It's 40 versus the world. I think if Sanford just stepped in maybe an inch forth, maybe 2 or 3 units, that would have been a little more awkward. He could have caught the arrow instead, but I think Liquid just want to play the safe, play it clean.
We're at this point where ONIC is within reach, and Liquid now has to be so darn careful with everything they have to do now. Kirk can only do so much, but the little bit might become a difference maker. Again, especially if they could get either the low Yi or the Granger, get one or the other down, and ONIC increases their chances of lifting up the Immortal Cup. Liquid, they have to play the best dance, the best game they've played in a while. They want to end this before the 20-minute mark.
This is so tough. Again, a lot of this relying on Kirk. Kirk can't get caught out here and taken down or dragged out. Brusco popping the conceal again. Little unbreakable charge, but it's just Stanford that they spot out. They'll go for a reset for now. Not the ideal angle for either team just yet.
Fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I think Liquid heard the conceal play and just dispersed and looked for another entry.
You have 2 ways to potentially end it if you're Liquid. Lord brute force or do it again. A portal. Can they?
I'm not sure if they can here. Again, look at this. Look at the placements for JP under half health.
And there you go, retribution by Mr. 2K. Tempest Ablaze knocks up Sanford. Kelra takes him down. It's a man out.
Whoa.
JP catches an arrow, but still, the surgical approach. Liquid gets a diversion in. The off angle. ONIC, they anticipated this. AOG, just to make sure Brusco can close the gap.
They knew they couldn't risk it. JP will have his shortcut available to bring Sanford back faster into the game. Minion waves crashing in. Enhanced they are. 16 minutes in, Liquid. This looks good for them to end, but can they avoid another ONIC clapback?
Carl Teasy almost forced to respond there. The Lord is inside the base.
He counters it. Oh, gone.
Carl Teasy finds him. Shadow kill. Kirk follows up, and that's just 3 members left for the Super Fam. King Kong doing his darndest to clear the waves. The Lord gets taken down. Cavalry. Super Fam, we're about to witness a new age in MLBB. Brusco goes down, Tempest Ablaze in disguise, but it's too late. The Cavalry reclaim the throne, stampeding through Stallions, Immortals.
Team Liquid Philippines will get the job done in Game 7.
Udah boleh quit guys, pemenang ya.
But the spark always remained. Their aura never waned. Their legacy will now echo as Team Liquid are immortals!
Your MPL Philippines Season 15 champions!
They crawled through the lower bracket. They suffered a sweeping reverse sweep loss. They lost 0-3. Yet here they are!
The gods of the game